UnWind with us. Welcome to the show. I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nikki.
Well, hey, Nikki, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
All right. Was everything going good this past week?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's good to hear. Um, so we got a very good packed show today. Are you ready?
Sure, let's go.
All right. Well, let's start out with well, we know who's in the World Series. It's going to be the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Toronto Blue Jays.
All right.
All right. So Toronto finally made it to the show. I mean, I don't know if they've won previously. I didn't go that far
I
into
don't
the
know either.
but I've always heard about even the Dodgers being very disappointing. So if Toronto wins, I don't know what's going to happen, man. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly for the Los Angeles Dodgers, but I know several people that goes for both teams. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I will be keeping track of this because I always tune into the World Series. Then we'll move on to the NBA, which it's been kind of quiet thus far. So, but it's all good. And so, the World Series again starts on Friday at 8 p.m. and it will be probably, I think it's going to be on Fox.
All right.
So what do you think about that?
I mean, none of my teams are into it, but like you say, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Your teams, what team do you follow?
I mean, technically, I don't follow anybody, but I know the Yankees and the Braves, and I know things about baseball things.
Okay.
I mean, I don't, but
I would be remiss to say that you know more about baseball than basketball.
that is true. That is very much true.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go and talk about something that you know about, and that's the NFL.
All right.
So we'll just going to pull this on over here on my little screen here. All right. So now this is let's see, let me get my bearings correctly. I believe this is a recap of week 8. Am
It
I
can't
right?
be 8 already, is
Is it 8?
Oh my goodness.
5 and well, there's 3. Okay. People had buys. I think it is week 8.
Huh. I don't know, but
Well, because Miami's 1 and 6, so that's 7. Okay, so maybe maybe it's week 7.
That sounds more like it.
Week 7. Okay. Yeah, week 7. All right, let's get it right. Yeah, because the Steelers lost. That was Thursday, October 16th.
That was disappointing.
Yes. Flacco rallied the Bengals past Rodgers and Steelers 33 31 in a battle of 40-yard QBs. Or I'm sorry, 40-year-old QBs.
Good Lord.
I guess they're reading's fundamental, huh? So yeah, it's two pair of the 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It was a crazy game. They went back and forth for a minute, but the Steelers did had the chance to win the game at the end, but the defense couldn't keep Flacco out off the field. So that was that was the gist of it. Rodgers was 23 for 34 with 249 yards, 4 TDs, 2 interceptions.
Okay.
Flacco was 31 for 47, 342 yards, 3 TDs, and 0 interceptions. So Flacco had a hell of a game. Pretty much, it was some defensive penalties too that hurt them too. So, but
Oh, okay.
it's all good. Um, but Cincinnati and Flacco had only been with the team for a week. He came over from the Browns because
That's
the Browns
right.
benched him. I bet they wish they had him now.
Right.
Yeah, because we'll get into that one.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna go to Sunday, October 19th. The first game was the LA Rams and those cardiac cats, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, yeah.
That game was ugly, ugly, ugly.
Yeah.
The score was 21-0 before Jacksonville scored their one and only touchdown in the fourth quarter.
They just barely kept from being shut out.
Yeah.
Barely.
Well, in some cases they let them score, to get them feel good, Give them a little charity points.
Sure.
So Matthew Stafford throws 5 TD passes, and the Rams rout the Jaguars again, like I said, 35-7 at rainy Wimbledon Stadium. So they were across the pond.
Yep.
Yep, in London. Let's see. I probably shouldn't even read these highlights of the quarterback. Matthew Stafford was 21 for 33 at 182 yards. 5 TDs, of course, which I previously mentioned. Trevor Lawrence, 23 of 48, 296 yards, 1 TD in their loss.
That's just sad. sad.
And he got sacked 7 times out of 32 attempts.
Of course he did.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I know that's because they should have been protecting him.
Yeah, the offensive line, and they didn't do a very good job. That's one of the reasons why they lost. Yeah, matter of fact, they took Stafford out and put Jimmy Garoppolo in for it. At that was he just closed the game out.
Because at that point, I mean, it's already won.
Yeah,
so,
it was over.
Sure.
It was over. All right, let's get on to the next game here. Let's see here. The Saints and the Bears.
The Bears.
That was probably the only glimpse. The Chicago Bears, they won 26-14 over the Saints.
Okay.
The Saints are 1-6, if you can believe that. They used to be, I don't know, I'd say it's how the mighty have fallen. Saints are 1-6, 4-3 in their division. The Bears are 4-2, which is we can applaud them on that.
Okay.
But 2-1 in the division, or 2-1 at home.
Yeah.
Allen defense dominated against former team as Bears beat Saints 26-14 for the 4th straight win. So they won 4 in a row. Good on you, Caleb. Let's see, we have any stats here for Caleb. I believe he came back. Yep, Caleb Williams. 15 for 26, 172 yards, 1 interception, no TDs.
Oh.
All right. Spencer Rattler. Don't know who he is. I guess he was the number 2 quarterback.
Okay.
Or actually, that might be his number. You never know.
knows?
Yeah. 20 for 32, 233 yards, 2 TDs, 3 interceptions. That probably
He actually has better stats than Caleb.
Yeah, but a win is a win.
That is true.
Yeah. That means the defense did their job. Probably some defensive scoring as well, I suspect, in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize. I didn't watch much football this week. The Dolphins, well, they're 1-6 also.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost. But the Browns beat them 31-6. So.
Ooh, another sad one.
Yeah, so I guess that means Shador is going to be on the bench a little longer since the Browns won.
We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, their quarterback was Dylan Gabriel.
That's right.
He went 13 for 18, 116 yards, no TDs. Tua Tagovailoa 12 for 23, 100 yards, 3 interceptions.
Okay.
If you turn the ball over, chances are you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get on to the next team. Okay. The Patriots played against the Titans. Patriots routed the Titans 31-13, and Coach Mike Vrabel's returned to Tennessee.
Okay.
Basically, Mike Vrabel was the coach after they got rid of Belichick, and he had a bad year, and they fired him after the 1 year.
Ooh.
So he greeted his New
He
Year.
didn't stand a chance.
No, he didn't. He greeted the New England Patriots and celebrated hug as, he pretty much, it was homecoming, so he,
Right,
did his thing.
right.
However, the Patriots did, like I say, routed the Titans 31-13. So that was a very good. I guess it was a good game. Both teams started off scoring in the first and second quarter, and then
Okay.
the Titans went cold.
Okay.
All right, next game, we got the Raiders and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes leads the Chiefs to a 31-zip
Ooh.
rout of the Raiders, and
So we did have a shutout.
Rashid Rice returned with 2 TDs. So
Okay.
that means the Kansas City getting their boys, they're getting it back together with getting their players back.
Although, there's still a little controversy saying that the officials aren't calling the penalties against them. So that's a thing
Yeah,
that people are talking about.
yeah. Who quarterbacks the Raiders now? Because they're really hurting. Geno Smith. Oh wow, he did good in Seattle, but I don't know what he's doing now.
Well, the Raiders have been down bad for a while.
Yeah, well, he only got 6-7 yards passing.
Ooh, that's
Well, you got to figure they got shut out. So
yeah.
yeah, Mahomes got 23 for 35, 286 yards, 3 TDs. Got sacked once out of 4 times. So he was well protected too.
Of course
And
he
of course,
was.
the defense just ran all over Vegas. Tom Brady, you got to get them together now.
Okay.
He's not the majority owner, but he's basically part owner of the Raiders,
Yeah.
the Las Vegas Raiders. Jalen Hurts jump-started the Eagles by passing for 326 yards and 3
Ooh.
TDs in a 28-22 win versus the Vikings, which is
Oh wow.
yeah, they beat a good team. So they
Now that sounds like a good game.
yeah, they went down they lost 2 games, and this is their comeback. So basically Jalen and the boys got it together. They scored a touchdown in each quarter.
Okay.
And the Vikings is a good team, but I guess somebody didn't come to work. Carson Wentz.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Wentz went 26 for 42, 313 yards, 2 interceptions.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts, 19 for 23. So look at the accuracy on there. He only missed 4 targets. 326 yards, 3 TDs.
Okay.
Yeah, so he, did his thing. Got his mojo back. So I'm sure
I don't
everybody's
think he
happy.
ever lost it.
Yeah. What do you think about that? You think that player's still going to retire because they lost 2 games?
I don't know. Probably.
He might be gone. They might show him the door. All right. Let's go to the next game here. This is 2 bad teams.
Who was that?
We got the Panthers and the Jets.
Oh yeah, that's 2. Yeah.
Although the Panthers, believe it or not, are 4-3.
Boo.
Hey, they keeping pace with the Jaguars. Remember, they're in the same division, I believe. No. We got the Tennessee.
Oh, okay, I thought they were.
The Panthers is in with everybody, the Buccaneers.
Okay.
Panthers beat the Jets 13-6 for the 3rd straight win,
Okay.
but Bryce Young leaves with injured ankle. Ooh.
Oh, poor little Tink Tink.
What? What?
That was a Cat Williams reference. Come on.
Okay, all right. Where Bryce Young was 15 for 25, 138 yards, 1 TD. On the other side, they played both quarterbacks. I don't know what happened. Justin Fields went for 12, 46 yards, 0 TDs, 0 interception. Was sacked 3 times out of 21 rushes. So they I don't know what happened to him, but they put it on him. They brought in Tyrod Taylor, which was the backup. Now he went 10 for 22, 126 yards, 2 interceptions.
Okay.
So they went from bad to worse.
Sounds like.
All right. Yeesh. But let's go on to the next game here. I mean, poor Jets. I think they're winless this year. 0-7.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's bad.
Yeah, it's bad, real bad. Now, here's the game of the freaking weekend.
Oh, is this the one?
New York Giants and the Broncos.
Yes.
The Giants at one point led the game by, I think, 18 points. They led by 18 points. Broncos was scoreless and scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah, so that was the game.
That's like the biggest comeback.
Yeah, that's what they said. Broncos stunned Giants 33-32 with last-second field goal in a historic comeback. Once the bumbling Denver Broncos finally got going, they couldn't be stopped.
Wow.
Let's see how many yards, because he did all this in the fourth quarter. So let's see what he got here. Bo Nix, 279 yards. He was 27 for 50 attempts.
Wow.
2 TDs. He got sacked twice out of 14 rushes.
Okay.
Jackson Dart for the New York Giants, 15 for 33, 283 yards, 3 TDs, and 1 interception. And I believe they ran that one interception back for a touchdown. So that was part of that comeback for Denver. But yeah, that was one hell of a game. You're going into the fourth quarter and you're scoreless, and then they just reel off 33 points.
Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah. I know their fans were going wild. Those who stayed to the end of the game anyway.
Yeah. See, shutout for 3 quarters. The Broncos rallied with 33 points in the fourth in one of the most stunning turnarounds in NFL history. So yes, they made history. Will Lutz kicks a 39-yard field goal at times expired, lifting Denver to a thrilling 33-32 win Sunday over the stunned New York Giants, who watched the Broncos score on their last 5 drives.
Yeah.
So they went in. Yeah, buddy. I tell you what. I mean, that was one hell of a game. And like I said, that's probably it's probably the game of the week.
Oh, definitely.
All right. Next, we got another high-scoring game. Jonathan Taylor scored 3 touchdowns, and the Colts beat the Chargers 38-24 for the NFL leading victory, or leading 6th victory. So the Colts are 6-1.
Okay.
All right. So let me see why we're talking about Jonathan Taylor, because I think Daniel Jones did play.
Okay.
Daniel Jones was 23 for completions out of 34 attempts, 288 yards, 2 TDs, 1 sack out of 7 rushes. Justin Herbert of the Los Angeles Chargers was 37 for 55, 420 yards, 3 TDs, 2 interceptions. And so what happens with this, he got 420 yards. Well, a lot of that is because he threw 2 interceptions.
Oh, my goodness.
He had to make up for throwing those 2 interceptions.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, a lot of time, because that's what happened to our boy that was from, he would throw so many interceptions, but by the time, matter of fact, Dak Prescott was like that as well.
Oh.
He would throw so many touchdowns, or interceptions,
I was
and
gonna say.
yeah, he would throw so many interceptions, and then he would have to do a comeback to win the game, and sometimes they would come within 1 or 2 points and still lose.
Right.
And you'd be like, he got the most yards, most throwing yards in the that year, and it was, and they call it empty calories because he's doing all this extra work.
That is so fitting.
They call it empty calories because you came up short, even though you had to score 420 yards and still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Justin Herbert. I mean, that was a good game though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my question now, here's why you would say empty calories. Check this out now. 24 points. And he threw for 420 yards.
Right.
And the other guys went 288 points and got 38 points. 288 yards and 38 points. And the Colts are 6-1, surprisingly.
Okay.
They haven't done that good since they're
You said they're 6-1.
Yeah, they're 6-1, so they hadn't done that well in a long time.
Okay.
Since they I can't think of the quarterback they lost, but since they had lost Peyton too. So it's Peyton, and I forgot who came after Peyton.
Yeah,
but
they had definitely had somebody since him. I can't think who.
Yeah. But yeah, he just up and retired. Yeah, I'll get his name next time. All right, here was another game. Lamb has a 74-yard TD catch, and Bland gets a pick six as the Cowboys beat the Commanders 44-22.
Ooh.
So yeah, they really, really, really did the number on them. And of course, Tom Brady was at the game, and he gave Dak Prescott his flowers. As,
okay. Sure.
So that was trending a little bit. Dak was 21 for 30, 264 yards, 3 TDs. He was sacked once out of 7 attempts. Jalen Daniels of the Washington Commanders was 12 for 22, 156 yards, 1 TD, 0 interceptions. He was sacked twice.
Oh.
But they really just it's crazy how the let's see. So Daniel got hurt after a big hit, resulting in Cowboy recovering his fumble.
Oh.
Jalen Daniels is hurt after. Good. Why do they repeat that anyway? C.D. Lamb ran sideways, arms in the air with the ball in one hand while finishing off a 74-yard touchdown catch with a new sidekick, George Pickens, backpedaling into the end zone. Yeah, that's where your Pickens went.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Dallas.
We've let go of a few good people, unfortunately.
Well, you had to get Aaron Rodgers, so
You know what? Don't remind me. Don't even.
The dynamic Dallas receivers were back on the field together after Lamb missed 3 games with a high ankle sprain, and they had plenty to do with the best game of the season for the Cowboys. So basically, he got both his number one, number 2 receivers back. Do I hear?
Yep.
Why do I hear a game? Okay, well, let's move on. Maybe
It won't.
you still hear it?
Uh,
I think it stopped when I changed pages.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. What we got next?
What we got next? Who we got next?
Tomato.
Let's see here. Let's go to San Francisco. Let me back up a little bit. The Green Bay Packers defeated the Arizona Cardinals
Okay.
27-23. Josh Jacobs runs for 2 TDs. Michael Parsons has 3 sacks as Packers rally past the Cardinals 27-23. So,
all right.
yeah, so Green Bay is 4-1, and I think they have a tie.
Not 4-1.
They 4-1-1. They're 4-1-1.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they got 4 wins, one tie, and one loss.
Okay.
Yeah. So they do. So when it goes into overtime, and they got one overtime period now, and if neither team scores, then the game ends in a tie.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're mansplaining how a tie works.
You know what? Hey, maybe someone in the listening audience doesn't know.
Sure.
Okay, let's go on to the last Sunday game, which is, we didn't watch. I already knew what this was going to be. I didn't even watch the game. I think I played video games.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, we got
Christian McCaffrey, 200-yard game for the scrimmaging. Powered 49ers past Falcons 20-10.
Oh.
Yeah, so, the 49ers was in a bad way. But,
that sucks.
they had to win after losing to the Bucks last week. Matter of fact, that was Monday night. Okay. Michael Penix Jr. For the Falcons was 21 for 38, 241 yards, 1 TD.
Okay.
He got sacked twice. And Mac Jones, 17 for 26, 152 yards, 1 interception. But that didn't stop rushing. They rushed for 2 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey. So he stood up and kept them afloat.
All right.
All right. Next, we're going to go to Monday night, where I believe we had 2 games.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm not happy.
Okay.
I'm not happy. Where are we? Okay. The Lions beat my Buccaneers 24-9.
Ooh.
So both teams are 5-2. So, and the Lions is not a divisional opponent, so I'm not too sad over the loss. But nonetheless, Baker and the boys didn't show up. Of course, they didn't have. As a matter of fact, they got one of their receivers back, but it wasn't enough. You still got 2 of the top receivers out.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're gonna do. They got to buy. I don't know if they play and then they go on. They get a bye, so then hopefully we get somebody back.
Yeah.
The 2 receivers. Hopefully we get something back. But the Lions played. They played a straight game. They got a touchdown every quarter except the 4th quarter, and they got the field goal in the 4th quarter.
Okay.
And the defense just showed up and just shut Baker and the boys down. Like I say, he didn't have nobody to throw to.
Oh, man.
The rookies, in the past couple of games, the rookies and the younger players stood up, but there was no match for this Lions, which I believe they might have been coming off a loss too, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
The second game was the Seattle Seahawks versus the Texans.
Okay.
And the Seahawks won 27-19.
Okay.
All right. So that would conclude football. Let's see what we got next here. Okay. We have some more sports information here. I'm going to give this one over to you. I believe you know a lot about this one here. Layla Ali calls out Clarissa Shield in latest YouTube video. Says she was not aware of her malice nature.
Yeah. So, Clarissa Shields is trending for all the wrong reasons here lately. But this is one of the main things. As she said, she tried to call out Layla Ali and said that she never, looked out, for the upcoming boxer. She never did this or that, and basically Layla Ali came with receipts. So she didn't just, clap back. She was very classy about it, and she had video proof that not only, was she there for her as kind of a mentor, but even Clarissa Shields herself, said how she looked up to her, things of that nature. um, Layla Ali basically paved the way, for a lot of these, upcoming women boxers. And she was doing it in a time where it wasn't an Olympic sport, as, Clarissa Shields has been to the Olympics. Um, she, did it in a time where, she basically had to, I mean, not saying that they all had to work hard, but yeah. So, like I said, back to Clarissa Shields, you know, she's like becoming the Nicki Minaj of women's boxing. She's acting like, like, hey, like she basically wants to take her place and like it's just gonna be her. And that's not how this works. And basically, there's quite a few people who didn't know anything about her before. Like I said, she's trending for all of the wrong reasons. So,
Like me. I didn't know nothing about her.
I didn't either. So not to take away from her boxing talent. Apparently, she's very good at what she does. But, a lot of people didn't know anything about her before she started dating Papoose, which is Remy Ma's still husband, soon to be ex-husband, but they're still married.
Oh, wow. Huh.
And they're in a public, she's in a public relationship with him, and she's kind of doing the same thing, like, kind of boasting, like, hey, I got your man type thing, and it's not a good look.
Salt and pepper, I'm going to take your man.
Yeah. So, yeah, the mean girl thing kind of needs to stop. The, I want to take your place thing kind of needs to stop.
Well, it's not on this podcast. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Well, there have been reports of the boxers, Layla Ali and Clarissa Shields, joining hands for a boxing match, but whether it materialized or not is yet to be known.
Yep. So, we shall see.
We shall see. All right, on to the next. Let's see here. We got a bit of sad news here.
Yeah.
Doug Martin, former NFL player, died after struggling with officers while being detained, police says. From what we heard, and it's really kind of tragic because he was suffering from mental health issues.
Right. His family was in the process of trying to get him help, I believe.
Right. So he had not been given proper treatment, from what we're hearing, allegedly.
Right.
And he had an episode, and he left his house and went to a neighbor's house, and the neighbors basically thought he was breaking into their house.
Right.
And they realized who he was, but they had already called the police. Police got there, and it was a brief struggle.
Well, this is where it kind of gets a little iffy because they're not releasing the body cam footage.
Yeah, so then that's
so he died in police custody. They did, detain him and take him away and everything. But
they took him to the hospital.
Okay, I didn't hear
because
that.
So what happened is after the struggle, and they got him, he became unresponsive, and then they took him to the hospital where he was declared
quote unquote became unresponsive.
Right.
No.
While in the police custody.
No. If you could, okay, I'm gonna do air quotes even though you guys can't see me. He became unresponsive while in their custody, but they won't release the body cam footage. So, yeah, we'll just see how this plays out.
Right, exactly.
But, our condolences and prayers to his family, and
yeah, he was at a young age of 36, but they did say that he was suffering from mental illness.
Yes.
Which might be, being that he was a running back, he may have had concussions and whatnot of that nature. Oh yeah, so they really gonna stay on top of this here because this may fall back on the NFL as well.
Right. If they, do an autopsy, and it turns out that he may have had CTE or something of that nature. So, like I said, we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, so we will follow up. All right. Next on the docket, might be some good news for the WNBA. The basketball players to get major pay raises after public outcry, NBA commissioner says.
Yes.
Yes. So during Tuesday episode of Today, ahead of the NBA opening day doubleheader, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver spoke about the new collective bargaining agreement with the WNBA players and the league before their current agreement expires next week.
Okay.
Noting how the players should expect big raises. So that's good thing. So I guess the NBA and the WNBA are enjoying this. making a new word.
Yeah, I don't know about all of that, but
Well, I mean, I'm just saying the operations are probably joint ventures involved in, because they're talking about they're going to be sharing in the right way to look at it because there's so much more revenue in the NBA. Silver says. So basically, the NBA is going to take care of the WNBA.
all right. So again, we're gonna see how this plays out because, for one, a pay raise is long overdue for these ladies.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have to, go overseas in the off season to supplement their income, or, if they don't get brand deals, then they're not able to really, survive.
Yeah.
Off their current income. So, yeah, this is long overdue. Good for them.
All right. Well, coming off the Victoria's Secrets runway, Angel Reese, in her off season, she has a podcast.
Okay.
So it's called Unapologetically Angel. And she has made a request for Sierra to join her on a podcast. So for those that are following that, it might be a good interview.
Might have to check that out.
Yeah. Okay. Also, today is Angel Reese's birthday.
All right. Happy birthday, Angel.
Yeah, I think she, turns 23, 24?
No,
No, 20. 20.
Good.
Ain't she 19? I don't know. Hey, yo. Yeah, I'm all interested in the talent.
Yeah, we probably should have.
Should have said, we say happy birthday. I mean, well, let's see if we say happy birthday. I think she's turning 20.
Sure.
Somewhere around there. 20, 22.
Pick a number, any number.
All right. How about I pull it up?
You think? You mean we're not going to keep playing Guess Who?
I don't know. Let's see who was closer. What did you say?
I am not doing that.
What? Closest to the age. Hey, I'll tell you what. If you get closer, I'll give you my Starbucks.
I'm going to say 22.
23.
All right. So you actually had it right the first time.
I had it right. Yeah, well, what can I say?
Then he was like, she's 19. She's 20. Good grief.
I'll tell you what. Since I want to say I'm dangling the character, here you go.
Well, thank you.
All right. Let's get back on point. Let's see. We got the birthday out the way. I think that's our weekly angel news. All right. Now, here's one. Here's one you want to get. I know you're going to like this one here.
Okay.
Since we're going to get messy a little bit here.
All right.
Jasmine Crockett suddenly claps back at Stephen A. Smith as he doubled down on a harsh critique.
Yeah, someone else who's been trending for all the wrong reasons, meaning Stephen
A. Smith. Yeah, he's just doing too much.
But so what was it last week? We talked about him coming for, the backlash of him coming for Serena Williams. Yet when he was confronted by her husband Alexis Ohanian, he backpedaled and stuttered and everything else. So now he's come for Jasmine Crockett and says some things that's, got him in more hot water. And, and that's not all. He also, I guess when asked about, like, hey, what's the deal with you, going for Jasmine Crockett and things like that, his deflection was to come at LeBron James. Yeah, so he can't help himself.
So let me get this straight. He got backlash for going after Jasmine Crockett, and then he made it justified by saying LeBron James didn't clap back at him for the comments that he said to LeBron James.
Well, no, not that he didn't clap back at him, but he basically was saying that LeBron is guilty of going after certain types of sports commentators,
Oh, so he's trying to reverse it.
Right, right.
Good Lord.
Right.
Yeah, Steven, do better. You
trying to take
and here's
heat
my
off
thing.
himself.
Yeah, here's my thing. He is in a very good position. If it, I know he's one. Well, I won't say what he is, but he's in a good position as far as with ESPN, First Take, and everything. He's making the money. He's multi-millionaire contracts and whatnot. He has his own podcast but he's doing too much. And see, I'm gonna say this: he's following in the steps of Arsenio Hall. He's rising up in the sports world as far as being an announcer and talk shows and all this stuff. But on the same time, he's becoming too political, and he's becoming too much of one of those shock jocks. I think that's what they call them. He's becoming too, and it's going to come right around and bite him in the tickish.
He's a tap dancer, and yeah.
Well, his tap isn't going to run out because he's definitely going the wrong way. And we know what he's doing. I mean, like I said, I can't read. Basically, since he's going after Jasmine Crockett, the story here is very political, and that's something we're going to stay away from. So we're just going to move on to the next story.
Yeah.
We're going to see how this plays out because it ain't over. It's just, we already know it's probably going to be somebody else next week that he goes after, or he's going to get clapped back from what he said on his podcast or when he's on XM radio and all this stuff.
He's probably being told to, clean it up for now, so he might be quiet for a while. But
I'm surprised ain't nobody said nothing after he went after Alexis. Somebody come back and said, it might be why he was backpedaling on and stuttering and stuff. Somebody probably already talked to him. And then they made sure he wasn't in Los Angeles when he came to the studio.
Yeah.
So now he going out
and that's the thing. He was doing all that stuttering and tripping over his words, and he wasn't even in the same room. Like,
yeah, I think somebody probably had a conversation with him, but now then he still turned around and doubled down on Jasmine.
Right.
So yeah,
the narrative is that he goes after women, but when a man confronts him, he doesn't know how to respond to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I can't repeat. Let's just say some of the people said Stephen A needs to seek out companionship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, he got too much dip on his chip. All right. Let's go on to the next thing. I think we're going to calm it down a little bit here. Oh, this is the feel-good story. Actually, we have two. If I may audible, I'm not going to do it now, but I want to bring back Black Excellence if you indulge me toward the end of the show. Is it okay?
Okay, so
don't. We've already discussed it, but I want to give it the Black Excellent title when we get to it. All right. Next, Indianapolis Colts cheerleader. At first, the stadium was silent. Then a Colt cheerleader used sign language to make him feel heard. So what we're talking about is there was a kid that there's the game again. What's going on? But there's a kid. His name is. Oh, where is his name?
Mark something.
Was it Mark?
It's
Morgan?
No,
No, Morgan's the name of the
her
cheerleader.
name is Morgan.
Yes, he's eight. She met 8-year-old Mark at Sunday's Coast game, who recently moved to the city to attend the Indiana School for the Deaf. The two had a beautiful conversation using ASL, which is the sign language.
Yes, American Sign Language.
Okay. Since the encounter, Morgan said she has gotten messages from all over the world, people thanking her for bringing awareness to the inclusion and for championing the difference that exists.
Yeah, this was a good one. And for once, somebody is just doing something good for a kid instead of taking things from them.
Yes. Actually, they gave him a signed calendar for all the cheerleaders.
Sure did.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I saw her present that to him. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. If somebody takes that from that kid, they need to burn that place down under.
But yeah, this was a good one.
Yes, it was
We
very
need more
good.
Morgans.
Yeah, I saw the video. So it's a real good video, and then they at the end they did a recap where the mom had him to sign what he told Morgan.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, let's see what we got next coming up on the docket. I believe that is the end of sports.
All right.
And sports adjacent. Next, we're going to go into some tech news.
All right.
All right. First thing we're going to, which was a major, this is real major what happened.
Yes.
AWS, which is Amazon Web Services.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they had an outage, and it affected everywhere, everyone, all at once.
Basically, there are many apps and sites that fall up under AWS. So there were a lot of things affected by this.
Yeah, even in other countries too, not just America,
Right.
but Europe. Yeah, so it was maintenance issues over a server failure. Sometimes that's human error. Someone misconfigured something somewhere, or in an extreme case, a cyber attack, although there's no evidence of this so far. AWS said it occurred at its vast data center plant in North Virginia, its oldest and biggest site. So what's happening is AWS is a giant, and millions of businesses rely on it.
Right.
The other players in the business is, of course, Microsoft, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. So between those three, well, there is another one which we don't talk about much, which is IBM. But with these three right now, majority of the country they use their servers to maintain their systems, and of course, Europe and the UK, they also have big infrastructures over there too. IBM and the Chinese firm Alibaba, the parent companies of the supermarket LID, launched a European rival called Stackit last year. Is in direct competition with Amazon. But like I say, when these places go down, it affects the whole world, and that's the problem that we're having with as we're going forward in technology. A lot of we're relying on these big tech companies to keep us basically going. You're talking hospitals, traffic cams, cities infrastructures, the whole nine. But it's not. It's just if one goes down, at our point you're like, okay, we can't get on TikTok or something like that. But it was way bigger than that.
Yeah, even like we couldn't figure out why our Echo Alexa wasn't responding, and turns out even that was affected by this.
Yeah, it was crazy. Different parts of the house were unresponsive, literally,
Yeah.
and other parts of the house was the Alexa was talking.
Yeah. So.
So it was crazy. Okay. Yeah. So, they did say they did find out exactly. Matter of fact, here's the biggest part of this: the company that, or there was an outside company that their subsystem went down that caused the whole outage. So it's crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy. So it wasn't even AWS itself. It was one of the companies that they were in business with.
Okay.
It's just, but that's just crazy. Um, Next on the techie news document here, we got um, Xbox. I can't get away from X. Hey, I bleed green. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I bleed green. So anything, and right now Xbox just can't get right. They do something good, it's bad. They do something bad, it's good. You know.
Right.
So now I don't know where this is coming in, but they did have an answer to why they're raising their prices. So seemingly determined to make Xbox less appealing and affordable in every way, Microsoft reportedly raising the price of the development kits to $2,000. Currently, it was at $1,500. So if you want to make a game, the cost goes up to $2,000. However, I did find out that if you are in the Microsoft, um, um, what's it called, IE service, they give you 2 development kits free. So, but if don't get in that program and you want to just buy the kit outright, yeah, it's gonna cost you $2,000. Yeah. So, some developers that are not in the Xbox ecosystem decides to purchase the kit on their own. I mean, because literally with this box, you can literally make a Xbox game and make it for the Xbox system, and then or PC, and submit it to be put on on to the players and whatnot. So
Okay.
it is a worthwhile, if you're in that gaming business, it is a worthwhile thing.
Right.
But the reason why they said they're raising the price, and they even raised Game Pass too, is because of the tariff. A lot of their kits and the new consoles will be made in China, and
Not surprising.
yeah, the government has imposed a 33% tariff
Of course.
on gaming. So anything that they have made coming out of China, 33%. So that's the reason why they're raising their price. They raised Game Pass by 50%, which, like I say, they did give as far as that's concerned, they did compensate, if you can call it that, the players for raising the
Sure.
prices. Gave them more games in the service, which is a big deal
Yeah.
if you play everything. As I said, you're going up to $360 a year for Game Pass, versus you're getting 75 first-party games, and if you multiply that by $70, that's in the neighborhood of $5,000 that you're not paying for every game that's coming out. So it is somewhat of a benefit, but that's neither here nor there. They're still going to get some flack on raising those prices.
Oh yeah.
But they say it's due to tariff.
Yeah. Passing the cost on to the consumers.
Well, it's no different than everybody else. All right, next on the docket of the little techie world. Let's see here. More. Well, in line with the new ROG Ally, the handheld. There's still a big debate over, is this an Xbox or is it PC?
Oh my goodness.
So they even in Xbox clearly says it's an Xbox handheld PC. So it's still a big controversy. I want to get into it since I've ran it over the last couple of weeks, but that is still a trending topic where people are like, okay, is this an Xbox or is it not an Xbox? Well, Xbox got their name on it. Xbox has the Xbox button on it. It's an Xbox.
Sure.
And then also they have new games that'll be coming out this week as Ninja Gaiden 4. So if you're into the video games, that's a very popular franchise going way back to the 360 days. It is a Japanese partnership development with Microsoft. So that game, and for what I've heard reviews and everything that are going out, that the game's a pretty good game.
Okay.
I may check it out. Yeah,
Mhm.
since I am a Game Pass subscriber, I get to play the game. Another thing that was trending in the Xbox community. Now, this one was the one that really got everybody uproar. PlayStation's veteran Shuhei Yoshida
Okay.
can't get enough of his Xbox ally and playing Ninja Gaiden 4 also. So the game is out and May is playing. It says one PlayStation veteran more people should know is Shohei Yoshida. He recently took to X, formerly Twitter, to show off his new Asus ROG Xbox Ally X, a handheld device co-branded with Xbox. The longtime PlayStation executive didn't just post a photo, he praised the Ally X directly, showing off Xbox titles like Ninja Gaiden 4, which launched to a strong review, as well as a PlayStation title running on the device. He was messy. He showed them he was playing Ghost of Tsushima, and he's playing God of War, and he kind of like smeared that in the Xbox player face.
Okay.
So he kind of put up a couple of twists or posts on X to poke fun at PlayStation players as well as Xbox players.
Okay.
So, but everybody was cool that PlayStation. He used to be the president of PlayStation. So,
Wow.
and he's playing an Xbox game on the Xbox handheld.
Okay.
So, all right. Next in the techie world, let's see here. We got Porsche,
All
the
right.
car company. They have made wireless charging for the electric Porsche.
I can't even imagine how that's supposed to work. Is that like when you get the charging plate for your phone and you sit it on top? Is it going to be something like that for your car? You just drive on top of it and sit there for a while? Or, that's how it looks in my head.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
No way.
Yes.
No
So what it
way.
is, yes, is exactly like that. So basically, it's about this. It's a charging plate. So what they've done is just how you got the just like a cell phone basically,
Right.
and you have the charging plate, but you put it on the ground, and the car drives over it. It's got sensors and everything, so the car stops properly, and it has lights and everything. And then the car hydraulic system lowers the car enough to where it gets a connection with the plate. It's not actually on the plate.
Right.
So, but it lowers the car to where it has a connection, and then it wirelessly charged. The electricity goes from the plate to the charging plate of the car, and voila.
That's trippy.
So that's exactly what it is. So you drive on it, and of course, you got your little sensors inside the car to let you know that you're right up over it and you're stopping. Now, if you run over it, I don't know what that's going to, I didn't listen to the video, so I don't know what happens if you run over it,
And then I'm also wondering, like, how fast or slow does it charge? So that, that can make a difference too. Because even like with your cell phone, I think those things charge a little slower to me.
Well, it all depends on what the settings are. So I'm going to say it's probably in the same lines of the charging of your car when they go to the electric pumps and whatnot. It all also depends on, like I say, I'm sure that it's, they got turbocharging and all that stuff.
But so far, these are exclusive to Porsche.
As of right now, to my knowledge, yes. Like I said, I didn't do an extensive review on it, but I know that it's new for Porsche.
Okay.
And as of following the trades, I've heard anybody else coming out with this type of system. But when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is something that
Fancy.
yeah, it's real fancy and something
Even
new.
the Teslas don't
Yeah.
have.
Well, you got to know some of these cars. There are cars that have solar plates on them that they charge from the sun too. So I guess that could be a way of wireless charging as well.
Sure.
You know what? I can't with you. Let's move on.
What else we got?
I think that does it for the techie news.
That's all for tech?
That's all for tech
All
this
right.
time around. I'm trying to charge it up too much.
right.
So
On to the
we'll
next.
save some for next week. Some unusual. All right, next on the docket is entertainment news.
All right. Let's
Okay.
get messy.
Oh, good Lord. Why? Can I ask what is going on? Is there a full moon or something? Why are all these women beefing? Please explain. I do got some stuff that we've got some men that are messy too. We're gonna get into that too. Once we get there, I don't think I told you about Chris Brown, did I? But yeah, we got some messy. I told you about Soulja Boy with Chris Brown's in the same situation.
Well, I've seen something about him, but I didn't send it to you, so we'll see.
Okay, well, I'll let you know when we get there. We'll segue once we get past Soulja Boy. All right, but so anyway, back to the females. So Taylor Swift new album, The Life of a Showgirl, raises concerns of anti-blackness. That is the title. Okay, so now let me drop you down up on game, or put you up on game, whichever one you want to be.
Sure.
So this is Taylor Swift's 12th studio album. Well, we know it was being messy because she had a song on there talking about her haters, that she loves them, she adores them, or something of that nature, because they spend so much time hating her. She finds it adorable or something like that.
I think she said it's romantic.
Oh yeah, she says it's romantic that her haters
Yeah.
spend so much time hating her. Okay, so and then she did the thing about talking about Travis Kelce's Member. That was a song.
Would.
And so now, yeah, Wood. That's the name of the song, Wood, and it's talking about
Yeah, sure.
It's talking about that's his
Okay.
his best.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know
that-
what?
yeah. Okay, I'm moving on.
Next.
All right. So then, well, she couldn't leave that alone. She's now going after Travis Kelce's ex. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So, you want to take it away, or do you want me to continue?
I mean, we're not going to dwell here, but basically, Travis Kelce's ex lives rent-free in her head, apparently, because
So is that
she's
romantic?
clapping at, I won't even say clapping back. I'm just going to say she's clapping all by herself at a woman who,
No, she's going after all of them.
well, the thing is, a lot of her exes have since moved on with black women, so that's eaten at her.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that is a thing that's happened.
And she's went with a man that previously was with black women.
So, I don't know if Miss Swift is feeling too secure right now. It's giving competition vibes.
Well, no, it's giving me is if they get married, how long is it gonna last? Or I got better yet, are they gonna make it to the altar? Dun, 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 dun.
We shall see.
We shall see. All right, well, let's move on. Just more messiness to get into. Unless you have something else you want to say on that matter.
Well, there's also controversy over her merch. I won't get too deep into it, but let's just say it's giving Otzi. I won't say the whole word, but Otzi with the N in front vibes. If you see this necklace that's supposed to go with her song Opalite, based on the name of the song, you're thinking it's giving crystal or gemstone. But no, that's not what it's giving at all.
Oh yeah, you did mention that to me.
So,
yeah.
and there has not been since the controversy has come out, she or her team has not made a statement about it, has not, said like, hey, we didn't know that that's what it was, or nope, they have been silent. In fact, they've been trying to have videos, pulled down that,
Well, she didn't have the. Oh, because she had the jewelry in the video? So they're trying to have the videos pulled down?
No.
Oh, what?
No, the jewelry is a part of her merch. But what I'm saying is people who are speaking out against it, they're trying to have those videos pulled down.
Oh, they're censoring the boycotts, kind of like
So
the past weekend celebration.
So
I know I'm being
you
messy.
just can't.
I know I'm being messy.
yourself.
Well, we're gonna get there.
But anyway, so yeah, not a good look, Taylor, and a few people are denouncing being Swifties after that. So yeah, we're gonna see how that continues to play out as well. But not a good look.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on from
on to the next.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh,
You know I got to go
goodness.
there. You know they rolling and they're rolling. So Kim Kardashian, well, this is the good. She's clapping back at daughter's fashion critics, and she says she's doing the best she can.
Is she? Is she really? Is she really? Now, this is one thing where people are like, okay, Kanye might be off his rocker and everything, but when he spoke out about not wanting his daughter to be, exploited and things of that nature, he was not wrong. And that's one thing I can agree with. It's not much I can say I can agree with Kanye on, but that's one thing I can agree with him on. Because, yeah, these pictures and vids of Northwest that have come out are like ridiculous.
Well, speaking of Kanye, he's selling his ranch.
Sure he is. Sure.
Yeah. It says Kim Kardashian and her daughter Northwest have been the subject of public scrutiny one too many times due to her bold dress choices, which never fails to cause a stir.
First of all, again, if she had listened to Kanye and kept this little girl off the internet, it wouldn't be an issue. But no, she couldn't do that.
Well, I guess she wants the apple not fall far from the tree.
Right. Again, something else Kanye was worried about, because if that apple falls close to that tree, we might see a tape come out.
Oh
in
man,
10 years.
I was thinking it. I wasn't gonna say it. I was thinking it.
We don't want that apple too close to that tree.
Well,
we don't want that for Little North.
Well, speaking of apple falling not far from the tree,
but no, that's not all going on with Miss Kardashian.
That's where I'm going. So on Saturday, Kim Kardashian wore a dramatic Mason Margiela couture gown. Now I might have butchered that.
You
but I
did,
probably,
but
okay.
go on.
Well, you know how to pronounce it?
Well, I know couture. I don't know the designer.
It's Mason Mard, and it's Giela. Okay, so I did the best I could.
I know.
But it is a couture gown to the 5th Annual Academy Museum Gala. The look included a structural sleeveless bodice with a detachable cape sleeves and a face veil that entirely swatted Kardashian's face and the back of her head. The covering emphasizes the ornate tier silver choker necklace with green stones holding the semi-sheer nude fabric in place. Now,
it's
what other people get
ritual.
I'm gonna tell you what, it's giving ugly. I'm gonna tell you
That
what,
too.
this was ugly. But people were saying that Kim was following in the footsteps of Kanye with the face covering.
Yeah, except he wore like a gimp mask, which is, kind of a kink type situation.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, she's got some things going on there. And like you say, they call it a veil, but no, her face was completely covered to the point that she had to be guided into the museum. She couldn't, just attempt to walk on her own, or if she would have fallen or walked into things. So
Yeah, so so it's supposed to be see-through-ish, but she had to have a guide.
right. Yeah, so like I say, it's giving weird, it's giving ritual, it's giving yeah. And that's not all going on with Miss Kardashian.
Well, do tell.
So we know that Kim has, the clothing line called Skims, and she has come out with a new line. Want to guess what this new line is?
I don't know. What
I'm
can you
just
beat
gonna-
skin? What's better than skin?
No, Skims.
Skims?
Yeah, that's
Oh, still the Kim is Skims?
right.
So they put an S in front of her name?
Right.
Oh, okay.
But no, this new line is a line of panties that
Oh man, you told me about that. Okay.
yeah, but they're not just any panties. They might be the most unique panties that's ever been out, to my knowledge.
I'm talking about this, but go ahead.
Yeah, so the panties basically give the appearance of having pubic hair on the front. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud.
I'm gonna say this. What the helly?
Right, that's what they are. And
Now, so let me
apparently
hold on. Stop.
different.
Hold on. Pop your brakes. So let me get this straight. We done spent years and years and years. We doing all this manicuring. We got the nails and the strips and the wax strips and all this stuff here, and we getting everything all nice and smooth and everything. Just to put on something that gives the illusion that there's pubic hairs there.
Right.
Go on.
So yeah, this is her latest collection, and I don't know who's buying this. Who's buying this? It's got to be people who just want to maybe play games or something of that sort, because this is not practical at all. Like, oh, and I hear they're in different colors and everything. So yeah, have fun, people. Have fun.
Oh, so will this be something like when they having their sleepovers and it's pull this out and yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you just said where her audience is, it's the people that's made her rich and famous gonna buy it. They buy it. That's what they do. She's an influencer.
Sure. And you wonder why people are concerned about North.
Yeah. Well, we already know, but you saw Mama getting facelifts and whatnot. So you gotta figure she gonna.
Kris Jenner I forget how old she turned. I want to say
is she 70?
I feel like she's in her early 70s, but she looks like, I don't know what kind of ritual she's doing, but she looks like she's aging backwards, Benjamin Button. Like, seriously.
Yeah, let me look here. We got putting up her little age here. She's 69.
69, okay, close enough.
So she turned 70 on November 5th.
Okay, I knew it was, But but she looks like she's aging backwards.
Yes.
That's crazy.
They took a little off the cheeks. Let me stop. That's what they did.
Oh yeah, she's definitely had work, but it's not like to the point to where it looks dramatic and weird. I mean,
some people equated it to like she was being de-aged right before your eyes.
That's what I'm saying. She's giving Benjamin Button.
Yeah, so she's gonna still look like a. You know what? But I'll tell you what, they have come a long ways. Because remember how Joan Rivers looked at the end, And she was the queen back then of getting those facelifts and whatnot.
Yeah, well, it was different back then, I think.
Yeah, well, they're more
There's
advanced
different
now.
procedures and things now.
Yeah. All right. Can we move on?
Oh yeah.
Let me look here just for a second. I think we're done with the messiness. I'm not 100%
Oh, we're not
sure.
done. We're done with Kim, but we're not done with being messy.
We done with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we're gonna go into Young Thug. Now, there's been multiple stories going on around Young Thug, but this one was a good one.
Yeah.
He performed at College Park Festival, and of course, College Park is in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So he joined in, he performed, and he gave advice to the kiddies. That was a good episode. And then, but prior to that, he was a motivational speaker in a school in South Florida, and the advice he gave was not great.
I mean, this is court ordered as well, right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
He's
you left
doing
that out.
community service.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's part of his community service to speak to the youth. He has to,
people.
so he has to do a Q&A also during the doing his performances. He has to
Of
actually
all
talk.
people to speak to the youth.
Yes,
you
yes,
got Young Thug.
Yeah.
Of all people.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, that's his. Rapper Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, made a special appearance at College Park 9th Annual Citywide Festival, encouraging young people to focus on school and make better choices.
All right.
All right. Next on the docket that caused a very big stir, Brandy and Monica was on stage in Chicago. And before they were to perform their hit, The Boy Is Mine, Brandy took ill. Allegedly, right? She took, well, I mean, that's what they say, so it can be. You know, I have to say allegedly.
Anyway.
If you don't believe, there's something else that's going on. I mean, because she did walk off the stage, and, she's saying that she couldn't hear the things in her monitor in her ears, so, I don't know, But go ahead.
Yeah, so they're in Chicago, the Boy Is Mine tour. And I've seen clips from this, and it did sound off while she was singing. I forget which song she was singing, but it did sound off. So it initially came across as if she, was leaving to go and, check the sound or what have you. But she never came back.
Yeah, she did go talk. When she left the stage, she did go talk to one of the sound engineers, and she blessed him out. And I guess at that point, she really took ill, and she never returned to the stage. And
so
Monica was left by herself to perform.
So Monica kind of, was like, hey, let's pray for Brandy. She kind of, as some people put it, gave a little monologue, then, finished out with the song or two, and then they were like, the lights came up and we left. It was like,
but
people were super upset.
Yes, they want to get their money back.
Yeah.
But the next night in Indiana, the show went on and without a hitch.
Well, also, in the midst of everybody, posting videos and statements of how, they were disappointed and upset and everything. So Brandy did put out a statement. She responded by saying, basically she apologized to all her fans and everything. And she basically said that she was dehydrated. So she didn't mention the sound issues or whatever, but she said that she was dehydrated and, she wanted to come back, but she had to basically see about her health. So she did go immediately see a doctor and, get treated. But as one person pointed out, this is not new for Brandy. She's been kind of dealing with these issues off and on since filming the hit show Moesha. So yeah, she's, I pray that she's not kind of fallen back into, some of her behaviors from back then. Um, she had some issues, but back then the industry wanted you to be a certain body type and things of that nature. So, it gave her body image issues that she was dealing with, and she was having dehydration and exhaustion and spells and things of that nature. So, we're going to pray that that's not, a thing right now, that it was just a one time thing, hopefully, and that the show will go on. And as we said, the next night in Indianapolis, it went off without a hitch. So, pray that the rest of the tour goes great for them. And yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good on you. Yeah. Because we were questioning, because we were thinking of going to the show, but I think it's anticlimactic now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go on to the next here.
What else we got?
This one here is
Back to the mess.
yeah, back to the mess.
All right.
Gucci Mane on his new album, Fashion and Memoirs on Mental Health Crisis. The rapper, fashion icon, and writer just released his 17th album called Episodes, alongside his third book, Episodes, The Diary of a Recovering Madman, which details his own mental health crisis. But wait, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right.
And you can discuss the messiness.
All right. So, him and his wife Keisha Kaur were being interviewed on the Breakfast Club, and they got into it a little bit as far as some of the some of the things that the book is about. As we said, dealing with his mental health crisis, past drug use, things of that nature, and we just got to give Keisha Kaur her flowers, because she basically helped save his life. And she has learned how to help manage his mental health, as far as looking out for triggers and signs that an episode may be coming on, and helping to manage it from there. Also, since his, last major episode where he was online kind of crashing out, she also helps keep him out of the public eye when these things are happening. They manage it in private, and it's not kind of no one's seing him crash out and go off the rails and wonder hey, what's going on with him. But he did discuss that he did get diagnosed with bipolar disorder as well as schizophrenia. So that's kind of a major double whammy, to be dealing with, and especially, before he knew he was diagnosed. So as he said, things like such as stress and different things would be triggers, also in conjunction with his drug use. So it was just kind of a whole melting pot of things he had going on that led to, his major episode. But he has since gotten help, like I said, with the help of his wife, and he's come out on the other side. He's been trying to make amends to people that he hurt.
Excuse me, darling. Get to the messy part.
I'm getting there. So anyway, as I was saying, it was a really good interview. Well, cut to Nicki Minaj early the next morning. Has her Twitter fingers going, basically coming for Keisha Kaur. And it's where did this come from? Because in fact, when the Breakfast Club talked about, her coming for Keisha, they're we didn't even talk about Nikki. What is she, going on about? But basically, all they said was that, I think Gucci Mane said that Nikki was one of the people that he apologized to. And then the only other thing that was said was him and Keisha also mentioned that there were quite a few people who came out of Gucci's camp, and they basically didn't give recognition to him, like after they blew up or whatever. It's like, you know, no recognition. But other than that, nothing was mentioned about Nikki or whatever. But she basically came for Keisha Kaur, saying that she's keeping Gucci sedated, saying that she's always wanted to be like Nikki. She copies her. I mean, just ridiculous stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, she said Nikki actually said that Keisha wants to be her.
Right.
But then now just to give context, I've saw some of the pictures.
Yeah.
And Keisha now the outfit, some of the outfits were identical to what Nikki would be wearing, hairstyles and everything.
Yeah.
Jewelry too. So Nikki does have a point. However, you know what, Nikki should have took it as a compliment, but I guess she didn't. I don't know if they've had a verbal interaction, but Nikki should have took it as a compliment, because not only does Keisha copy her, I'm sure a lot of her other barbs copy her as well. But I digress. Some people don't see the compliment in it. They saw that basically she felt that Keisha was copying her and wanted to be her.
So anyway, it kind of backfired on Nikki, her latest rant, because basically people are, basically saying that she needs a Keisha Kaur type in her life.
Right, they're saying that her husband should be the one taking away the phone.
Taking away her phone, because that's something that Keisha specifically mentioned when she notices that Gucci is about to have an episode. She's like, I get his phone, I delete his apps, his social media. If I have to change his password, I change his password. But I am not going to let him, because one of the things he would do is give away jewelry and money and things of that nature. And when he comes out on the other side, he's like, they knew I was unwell and they, took these things, like, so he kind of felt taken advantage of and had to kind of like clean house on people in his circle. So people are saying like, hey, Nikki needs to watch who's around her, and maybe, who's around her, i.e. Kenneth, her husband, should be, maybe, and people have been saying this for a while, take her phone, take her devices, like get her offline.
Exactly. So yeah. Yeah, messy.
Oh, and also, as a later result, her IG has been deactivated, but we don't know if that is directly correlated with this or if it's just another stunt from Nikki, because I don't think all of her socials are down. You even said you still got
I
alerts.
saw her on TikTok. She was on TikTok. She had 2 videos on TikTok, and one was recent because it was her and Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne was eating some candy that just came out.
Yeah,
so it was a recent video.
Yeah, so like I said, we don't know if this is a stunt or, whatever, but she does need help. Like, she seriously needs help.
Well, that museum gala that Kimmy K was at?
Yeah.
Well, Hailey Bieber was there as well.
Uh-huh.
And she was wearing a corset gown.
Okay, she's another weird one. Not because of the gown, but she's got some other tea.
Okay. Well, she was not a happy camper being in this corset getup, and so she just was kind of found a place where she could stretch out and took a selfie, and the picture looks like saying I'm over it.
Okay.
It said, following the star-studded event, Rhodes founder took it to Instagram on Sunday, October 19th, with behind-the-scenes photos, including a snap of her attempting to sit down in the Shapiro design, or Shapirelli, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Bieber leaned in a booth, displaying just how stiff and form-fitting the bodies was, as she was unable to bend her back. She gave the camera a side eye and a soft smile, donning long lashes, blushed cheeks, and lined pink lips.
Oh, she would have never made it in the Victorian era. That was an everyday occurrence back then.
Yeah, but she's. I don't know, man. I would say women go through, for those galas and stuff. They,
Oh,
they go through a lot. Makeup and the dress, the corsets and all that stuff. And the shoes.
Oh, yes, the shoes.
So, we sympathize with you, especially.
Oh, I don't sympathize with her.
Oh, well, I was saying women in general.
Okay,
but,
okay. Clarify, please.
Yeah, I don't give two shakes for. I mean, here's my thing. So, yeah, they making these dress for the sticks to wear, and I'm just gonna call it what it is, stick. What ones,
All right.
zeros,
Go
and
on.
and these most models are getting paid to do all this and everything. But you're already rich, okay? So, and you already, your body is not, I don't know if you're a 1-0 or whatever, but you could go to these places, these fittings and whatnot, and say, loosen it up a little bit. I mean, literally, you're rich enough to where you can get something that's comfortable
That's
to
not
wear
how
to
that
these
works.
galas.
If you're choosing to wear a corset, it has to be tied. It's not going to be loosened up.
Well, no, I'm
That's not
saying
how
to
that
be
works.
comfortable. I mean, I know you gotta.
Okay, if you want to be
tighten it
comfortable,
up.
then you don't choose a corset. That's on her.
Okay.
Yeah, corsets are not for comfort.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for clarifying. I'll
Yeah.
make sure I don't never have to wear one. I was trying to defend the situation,
I know
but
from experience that's not how that works.
yeah, I was trying to defend the situation, but
No.
okay.
We're not going to defend her.
All right. Well, Jason Weaver. We're gonna go into some good news here.
All right.
Jason Weaver and his partner Gabby welcomes baby boy. Now, I'll just read the caption. Jason Weaver just shared the news that he is officially a proud dad again. The actor and singer introduced baby River Jeremiah Weaver with a heartfelt post full of love, faith, and a little humor, announcing the arrival of his new bundle of joy.
Yes.
Okay, so now how they did it was he walked into the hospital and the nurses set him up. They had the baby all wrapped up, swallowed and everything, and they held the baby up high just like in The Lion King.
Because as we know, Jason Weaver was the voice of Simba in the original Lion King.
Right, he was the voice of Simba in the original Lion King, and so they recreated the scene as he walked into the delivery room to meet his newborn son.
That was too cute.
Yes.
So congratulations to him and his partner, and blessed bundle of joy.
Yes. Okay. So yes, that was very good. I thought it was, like I said, I saw the video and it was pretty cool. And I liked it the way when Nikki sent me the information. She's like, I want to rewatch the Lion King. I'm like, okay, wait, what? All right, well, let's get back into some more. Well, this is actually another good thing here. It could be a little bit messy if you want to, depending on how you want to look at it. But Chris Brown, he did this song called "It Depends."
Okay.
But it was a take on Usher's song. I forget which one it was. It was a remix on one of Usher's songs. So basically, when he did the remix, he asked Usher to join the remix.
Right.
And and it starts off like this. Of course, he calls me the USHERR. He spells his name and everything. Tell me what you want to do. Then he spells Chris Brown's name. And then he says, got a call from Chris saying that he wanted to do another remix. He done already took my hit and made another hit. Ain't that a beat? But I said, okay, as long as I can do it my way. You see all the words that he's using?
Oh, yeah.
My way.
Yes.
Okay, and he says, let me take you down. Take you down. Of course, that's a Chris Brown song.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so there was a little controversy over that because, as you know, what was it, a year ago or so, that Chris and Usher got in a little altercation
Right.
at a skating rink.
Right. That involved Tiana Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But it's good to see that they are past that and collabing, and I'm here for it.
Yes, I think it's well overdue. But Chris is not out of the woods yet. I don't know who the young man's name. I don't know. But anyway, he was a co-writer on some of Chris.
Yeah.
So you are familiar with the story?
Yeah.
He is a co-writer on maybe 3 or 4 Chris's actual songs.
Mm-hmm. I want
Which
to say Jason McCall. I know it's something McCall.
Okay, that may be him, but he, I'm sure at the time he was compensated, and
he's basically down bad.
He's
right
down
now.
bad on his luck. He's actually to the point where has a EBT card, what they call it, a SNAP card or whatever. He was on a podcast. He was crying, all kind of stuff like that, saying that Chris Brown owes him money.
Right.
And Chris Brown said, well, if you were a writer on certain songs.
Back
I'm
up,
sorry.
pause.
Go ahead. Okay. Oh, no. go.
So basically, because Young Thug is in this one as well.
Well, I was going to get to that.
Okay, well, go on.
Let me get to the messy part stuff. All right. So anyway, what Chris Brown did, because this has been going on for a minute. So Chris Brown actually went to his car garage and was on video talking about if he's a successful writer, why isn't he not still writing songs for not only Chris Brown but other artists to make some money?
Right.
And Chris Brown was messy, and he's in the video. He went through his garage. He says, "I bought this with your money. I bought this with your money. I bought this with your money." And so they were, showing that, saying that Chris was wrong for doing that and everything. And then
right.
apparently, Young Thug, was that right?
Yes.
Young Thug saw the video of him. He was on the podcast, and of course he had a meltdown, and he was like, he actually was crying. This is the other guy. He was crying and everything, and saying how he was down on his luck, and that was, I guess that's one of the things he's harping on, that Chris Brown owes him money. And apparently Young Thug saw the video, and he reached out to the guy, and he gave him like 20.
Well, he said that he would give him I think, was it 25,000?
Yeah, it was $25,000.
$25,000.
Well, what I heard is he gave him the money so he can get
Right.
back on his feet.
Right, and but he also made mention that I'm sure CB would give it to you, and that's why I think that which is why I was going to mention it earlier. I think that this actually happened before Chris Brown responded, because Chris Brown actually got wind of that and responded with something like, "You can't walk over burnt bridges."
Yeah, I heard that too. So basically, I guess that's why he's not writing for Chris Brown. So I guess he burned that bridge.
So don't know exactly how that all went down, but yeah, Chris was being,
But Chris was being messy. But of course, they say that the messiness happened several years ago, almost 10 years ago. Kind of like the next story we're probably going to get into.
Okay.
Let me get here. Let me look and see. If not, I might just kind of moving on up so we can get on up out of here. On this here, see here. Yes. Okay. So we'll talk about this one. I don't know why it's not where. Okay. Well, anyway, Soldier Boy.
Oh, yes.
So anyway, Soldier Boy has a similar situation. Well, okay, so
Not
let me
similar.
back up.
No.
So it was a photographer,
Yeah.
and the photographer was down on his luck, and he basically well, go ahead, take it away.
I was just going to say, tell it from the beginning. He was on Candy Burris' show talking about a time where he was
down on his luck.
Right.
And this was I think 2007 if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So he was down on his luck, and Soldier Boy called him over to do a viral video. So you know how they do basically he was shooting a video.
Mm-hmm.
And once they got done shooting the video, like you say, he hadn't eaten for 3 days. And so he asked Soldier Boy if could he, partake of the food, and Soldier Boy said yes. Then he says Soldier Boy got up and spit on all the food.
Right.
So, and he said this live on Candy
telling-
Bird. He's telling this story on Candy Bird's podcast or talk show. They're probably one and the same. So, this got wind back to Soldier Boy, and
he had an epic
went
crash out.
off. He started cussing and fussing. He cussed out the little photographer. He cussed out Candy Burris
Right.
and told them, "Yo, give me the address. I will pull up." Because basically, when Candy saw the rant, she told him, she said, "Hey, pull up. Tell your side of the story."
But he's basically claiming like, oh, he's lying on me. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? But
And yeah, he was like 17. I think he was 17 at the time too. So he was
I
like,
don't know.
yeah, he said he was a teenager. So he was like 17 or 18
But
when this happened. This is when Soldier Boy first started. His career was taking
all
off.
I know is I've witnessed quite a few Soldier Boy crash outs, and I can absolutely believe that he's capable of doing that. So, yeah, we'll see if he pulls up. I doubt it, but yeah, I can absolutely believe he did that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see when that happens. Oh wow! All right, let's see here. Now we're gonna go into some stories.
All right.
All right. So, first on the docket. Hold on. Give me just a second.
It's like seeing a squirrel.
Seeing a what? What? Wait a minute. Where'd that come from?
Because when people get distracted, it's like, they saw a squirrel.
You know what? I don't know where that came from. But for some reason, I'm still hearing a game, a football game or something in my ear. So
It's not in your ear. I hear it too. You're not losing it.
What? Okay.
I don't know, but
Yeah, okay. All right. We're going to continue.
yes, please.
So the caption is, "Did not deserve this." DoorDash driver says she reported being assault on the job. Then she got deactivated. So there's multiple stories as to what went on, but I think are you aware of the story?
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead, take the reins.
All right. Now, the story does have a couple of moving parts, but basically, to sum it up, she had an order. Okay. The instructions on the order said leave the food outside. So I'm just going to start by saying, had she followed the instructions, we wouldn't be here right now. However, instead of leaving the food outside, taking a picture and going back to her car and going on to her next delivery, what she decides to do is, well, this person's front door is a little bit open. I guess I'll just go inside of a stranger's house that told me to leave the food outside. And when she gets inside, this person is asleep on the couch, in a state of undress because their pants and everything was around their ankles. So they are exposed. But they didn't answer the door exposed. They didn't come to the door and flash her. She went into his house, saw him on his couch in that state of undress. And instead of leaving and going back to her car and going on to her next order, what does she do? She takes out her camera.
Her phone. Her phone.
Same thing. Camera, phone, starts recording said stranger on his couch in his house. And, it gets better. She posts the video to social media. I think they said to TikTok, but yeah. So, first of all, that's basically like posting porn. Why would you do that? And second of all, she says that she reports to DoorDash that she was SA'd, that she was assaulted. So DoorDash handles it by blocking this customer from using DoorDash, but upon further investigation, they block her as well. So that's where her, rant and tears and all of this come in, because she's like, I got fired after I was assaulted. Now, I'm going to go a little further. How can you get assaulted by someone who is asleep? So we're going to start there. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying it did. I'm just saying I have questions. How can you get assaulted by someone who is asleep, who you videoed while they were asleep? So there's proof. Second of all, you reported it to DoorDash, but you did not report it to the police.
Oh no, she did call the police.
Okay.
Yeah, she called the police and said she got sexually harassed and assaulted.
Okay.
Yeah, but it got ugly.
Okay. Well, you want to fill in the blanks?
Oh, well, basically, as it says, she called the police, said she was sexually assaulted, and they came and talked to the guy, and but like I say, the
as a result,
DoorDash people are the ones that made the resolutions to both parties.
Right, they blocked both of them. But as a result, also, I don't know how true this is, but I hear that he may be suing, which he absolutely should, because she had no right to upload a video of this man to, to social media, to the internet is forever. So, she can claim she took it down or whatever, but it's already out there.
Yeah, because, even if it's somebody's probably done, because like I said, it's probably was on her social media for a minute.
Yeah, so, like I said, this case has a lot of moving parts, but it's not looking good. It's not. All right.
Yeah, she says he's not getting in trouble with the police. He didn't lose his job. If he has one, what's going on with him? Why am I getting fired?
Because you went into a stranger's house. Okay, let me back up. You get to the house. The instructions say leave the food on the outside. Even if you notice that, hey, the door is slightly open, maybe I should check and see if this person is okay. If you notice them looking like they're passed out on their couch or whatever, if you were concerned at all, maybe that's when you should have called the police. Like, hey, maybe you want to come do a welfare check. This person's door was open and they seem to be passed out or whatever. I don't want to go and check myself because they're partially undressed. Like, I'm just saying. Things could have been done differently. Again, follow the instructions. I can't stress that enough. I cannot. In this case, I cannot.
This is crazy.
But yeah, so.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. On to the next. Uber.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is the one I'll be like, hell no. Okay, so this is an Uber driver.
Uh-huh.
She picked a young lady up with a kid.
Where was this again?
Oh, you mean where it happened?
Yeah.
I want to say it's up north somewhere, but I'm going to double check it out here. I don't know if they say
I feel like it was St. Louis, but anyway.
St. Louis?
Maybe.
In Missouri? Here we go. Let's see what we're going at here. What we driving to? We are driving to St. Louis. You
All
are
right.
absolutely right.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, she has a pickup.
Uber Is that a pickup truck? No, I'm just joking. All right. So Uber driver claims mom she didn't know left her baby with her overnight to go clubbing. Okay. So basically, let me make a long story short. So she pick up Keisha. Keisha got the baby. They get to the babysitter's house. Nobody's home. So Keisha say, well, let's take the baby to the her daughter, of course. Let's take the baby to her daddy.
Right.
Daddy ain't home. So Keisha talks to the Uber driver and says, well, she has to be at this certain location by a certain time because she, double back and take the baby to another location.
Right.
So she drops Keisha off.
Which there's no way I would have agreed to that, but go on.
She drops Keisha off, drives to the other location. Nobody's home. And I guess this was actually the actual babysitter. So so the driver gets to Keisha.
We know it could have been a fake address.
Yeah. So she gets there.
How shady this woman is.
She calls Keisha. The Uber driver calls Keisha and tells Keisha that nobody's there. And then Keisha say, well, drive back to the daddy's house. Daddy's still at home. So then Keisha says, well, I'm in the club. We done spent all this money. I'm in the club. Could you keep the baby until, like 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning?
Well, I think she just said for like an hour or so initially. But.
So the Uber driver says, okay. So she keeps the baby, but she tells Keisha that I have a job interview in the morning, so make sure that you on point, I can drop the baby off. So here comes...
She tried to contact her, off and on during the night, like, hey, are you going to come get the baby? But Keisha basically stopped answering her phone. By the way, her name is not Keisha, but, so yeah, she refused to answer her phone each time the driver contacted her. So at this point, she's out all night and the driver is still stuck with the baby. And she's like, mind you, I have my own baby to take care of. And like you say, she had to get up the next morning, I think, to start a new job. But
right, yeah, she's supposed to start in her brand new job that she just got.
Right.
Oh, and the girl name is Mayes. It's Mayess. So, Mayes. Hey.
Sure.
Whatever.
But yeah, either way it goes, she did not come and pick up her baby.
Right. So she basically partied and left the club at 2 a.m. and kept on going.
Well, we don't know what she got into, but either way, so the driver, like I say, it's the next morning by now.
And so being that the mom ain't came and got the baby, she tried to take the baby to the police. And the police told her, deal with it. They
basically were like, well, just take her to her mom.
Yeah, just take the baby to her mom. They didn't want to deal with her.
Are you not listening? I can't contact this woman. She's not answering. She's not coming to pick her up. Like, what are you not getting? So she's stuck with this baby. She continues to contact her, finally gets in touch, finally ends up, making the exchange, but this was ridiculous.
Yeah, and so basically her tweets are on Facebook. The driver's name is J Love, and she did post all her tweets, screenshots, the tweets to the girl on social media. So and it's about 4 pages worth of tweets.
And she also basically did kind of a PSA, like, hey, drivers, watch out for this person, don't pick her up, or that kind of thing, and basically did a video and, like you say, as well as tweets about, the situation that went down, like she left her baby on me. And why would you leave your baby on a total freaking stranger? Like, thank God, this driver was a good person and took care of the baby. This could have gone so wrong.
Mayes finally showed up and took the baby home.
Right. But meanwhile, the driver, J-Love or whatever, ends up losing, like, she's supposed to be driving and making her money, and she lost out on that money because she's stuck taking care of this woman's baby. So yeah, sh- she needs to seriously be compensated. There's just no way.
Yeah, but yeah, well, I guess you can look at the bright side. The baby was, luckily, the baby was in good hands. I
Yes.
mean, because Miss Love did have her own kids too. So,
Right.
um, I think. Well, we just thank God it was a good the
Exactly.
situation ended well.
Right.
Um, all right, ready for the next messy story? This one involves AI, and I'm sure that's going to be a hot topic probably from here until they kind of get a grip on it.
But
But woman who pulled TikTok prank arrested, charged in Montgomery County.
okay.
All right, again, long story short,
Mhm.
she had her and her friends got together, made an AI stranger, homeless person, put him inside the house. As it's an AI figure inside the house.
Mhm.
She called the police and told the police somebody broke into her house. I don't know what they sent to the police. I don't know if they sent a video or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But basically, when the police said that they arrested her for using the AI image to file a false home invasion report. Okay, so basically, she got arrested because she wasted resources. Police could have been out doing other things besides addressing this complaint that was false.
And this was just dumb. Like, how did she really think this was going to turn out? Like, really?
Yeah.
Did you think they would see the joke in this? The ha-ha? No.
Well, apparently this is a TikTok prank. And she was not the only one that has been doing this.
Well, I've heard that kids have been doing this, but like in that case, I've heard that they've been pranking their parents.
But it's the same situation. They're pranking their parents. The parents are calling the police because the parents are at work or whatever. So they're calling the police, being that, there's a stranger in their house with their kids.
Right.
So that's basically what they're telling the police.
Yeah, so
And the police comes to the house, finds out that it's a prank. And, so they were saying that some people were commenting, these kids need to spend a night in jail for doing this prank.
Yeah, this is
of course,
a terrible idea.
Yeah, they're giving them fines and stuff like that. But it was like, they should just allow the police to take the kids to jail, just like this woman was arrested.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. You ready to move on to the next story?
On to the next.
On to the next. Yeah, like I say, AI is it's going to be coming here and there. So we're sure we're going to see more stories as AI is being further developed.
All right.
All right. Next, we're gonna Wendy's. This is another story here that's I'm gonna paraphrase, but Wendy's coupon disputes leads to assault arrest.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, homegirl and her companion, they walk up into the Wendy's drive-thru.
They walk to the drive-thru?
They walk to the drive-thru. This is about 2 a.m. in the morning.
Sure.
And they got some coupons.
So we're off to a great start. 2 a.m. I'm a little hungry. Let's walk to the drive-thru. Got these coupons. We gotta see what they're giving.
So the coupons were expired.
Of course they were. Of course.
And the person, a 30-year-old, this happened on October 11th.
Okay.
She did not care that the coupons were expired. They wanted the coupons to be honored.
Of course she
And they were told
care.
no.
If you're getting Wendy's at 2 a.m., you're trying to feed something. You're feeding alcohol or something. So of course you don't care.
So what
you
they
just
did,
want your spicy nuggies.
while they were standing in the drive-thru window,
Mhm.
and the person refused to honor the coupon, they climbed into the restaurant through the drive-through window and started the little melee.
Because why wouldn't you climb through the drive-through window to get your expired coupons that aren't being honored?
Well, no, the coupons expired. They had multiple coupons that they wanted to be used.
My goodness.
They probably tried to get something free for real.
You think?
So,
So I'm
matter of
gonna
fact, it
accomplish
says
that by climbing through the drive-through
yeah,
window.
they climbed through and they attacked the manager. But it says no words on what the coupons
Yeah, what were they
Elkins
trying
was
to get?
attempting to use.
Like, seriously.
But after they were refused, police said Elkins and a companion were asked to leave. Instead, he allegedly climbed through the drive-through window and scuffled with the manager. A woman accompanying him reportedly hit the manager with a broomstick, while the manager reportedly hit Elkins with a metal bar. So it got ugly.
Okay. And they still didn't get their spicy nuggies.
Oh, you know what?
After all of that.
You miss. I tell you what. Between you always use nuggies in every restaurant.
What? Wendy's does have nuggies.
I know. Yeah, but whether it's Wendy's or McDonald's, you talk about the nuggies. I guess all of them do have nuggies.
Yeah, that's a thing.
All right. I'm going. You know what? I like the way you talk about this, so I'm gonna let you get this next one.
Okay.
Marvin Wayans
Oh.
criticized online for scolding churchgoer for giving 1.2K instead of 2K.
Okay.
This
so
is going very viral. But go ahead.
Yeah, so the initial clip that came out, because people have not learned that cameras are everywhere. Even in the church these days, cameras are everywhere. So, okay, a little backstory. Apparently, they're supposed to be given donations / sowing a seed. Bishop Pastor Marvin Winans from the famous Winans family, who everyone sings. But yeah, so he called it their day of giving. So what the congregants were supposed to do is come up and, pledge like, hey, I'm giving this amount and blah, blah, blah. Now, I'll get into that later, but okay, so we get back to Miss, I want to say her name is Roberta, but anyway, she comes up with her son, and she's, quite proud of her donation. I pledge 1,000 plus 235. Not 200 plus $235. So she has a total of $1,235. And his immediate reaction was, "This ain't what I asked for." So yeah, he's getting some serious backlash. And then he's like, it was supposed to be 1,000 plus 1,000. Instead of just saying 2,000, like, that's something that's been bugging me. But anyway, he's like, it's supposed to be 1,000 plus 1,000. And her response is, well, I can work on the other 800, which floored me. Like, after he just humiliated you, your response is, yes, I can work on the other 800. No, there would be no way. I would have taken my 1,200 and politely took my son, and we would have exited that church. But no. And so she's like, I can work on the other 800. He's like, that's not what I told you to do. And basically turns his back. So let's go back a bit. Got a little bit deeper.
Yeah, we got more information.
Yeah. So apparently the instructions were he had different lines, or he was calling people up at different times based on their dollar amount. So when I said I'm going to get back to that later, first of all, even if you're having donations or a fundraiser or whatever you want to call it, since when does the church put on display how much each person is giving? That's what the envelopes are for. You put your offering or whatever it is in the envelope, you write on there the amount and what it's going to, and that's supposed to be that. It's not everyone in the church's business how much each person is giving, but the fact that they had to announce it, the fact that they had to get in line based on dollar amount. There was a $2,000 line, there was $1,000 line, and I guess there was a line for everyone who had lower amounts than that. So he's basically like, I'm calling each person up by, by this, and it's like, and it literally went from largest to lowest dollar amount. I saw another clip because people were like, well, it's taken out of context because you didn't see the whole thing. So like I said, I did kind of a deep dive.
Yeah, we saw the whole thing.
Yeah,
and
so
what it was is, if you allow me, so what happened was, like she said, he gave instructions to start off with the 1,000, and then he also gave instructions for people to come up at that time for that amount. So what happened is
she basically
was in the wrong line, or she got up at the wrong time, and so basically he was scolding her because she didn't follow the instructions.
Right.
Because it said 2,000, then it was 1,000, and whatever you had besides the 1,000. So, but you had to at least have at least the 1,000. And then if it was 1,000 and then you had less than the second 1,000, then you were supposed to be in another line. And the reason why they were doing that was so that, because there was a lot of elderly people in the church, they didn't want everybody just standing up in a one long line. So they called people up as the amount that they were going to pay at, from the highest to the lowest.
Right.
Now, come to find out, as far as more of the deep dive, the offering, as it were, or what they were giving for, is because they are building a new church. And basically the city's saying the rent, the bill is due, the rent or whatever was due.
Nope.
What do you mean nope?
Okay, so basically he has been allegedly trying to get a church built since 2003, people.
Okay, there's more contract on that too, yeah.
Okay, so now he's basically being sued, or the church is being sued, because, okay, we're in 2025, and basically the city is saying they haven't even taken out the permits. So, no, we haven't gotten to the point of rent and all of that. They haven't even taken out the building permits. So you've been holding these donations for years and years, getting this kind of money out of people. And and comedians have joked about this kind of thing. Churches have had a building fund for years and haven't purchased a doorknob. Well, Pastor Bishop Marvin Winans hasn't even gotten the building permit. Yet you're scolding people for, I don't care if you gave instructions. The fact that you got people announcing dollar amounts and that you have them lining up according to dollar amounts. And like I said, when I said I did a deeper dive and watched a little bit more, I saw more of the video where people were coming up, like they were lined up and they were coming up and basically announcing like, hey, I have $500 or I have $1,000, or like one lady might have had like $4 and something, like if that's all she could do. But the thing is, his reaction to each of these people was completely different based on their dollar amount. When they only had like, let's say $100 or whatever, it was like, oh, okay. But when it was 1,000 or more, it was hallelujah, thank you Jesus, and all like, that he had all the hallelujahs for the high dollar amount, but he's forgetting about the Bible story about the widow woman who, basically was said that she gave more than all of these rich people who, gave this and gave that out of their abundance, but she only had 2 mites. And, it was said that she gave more than all of them because she gave all that she had. And like I said, this woman, with her $1,235, first of all, in this economy, $1,200 could do so much, when you're giving to a church who hasn't purchased a permit on their alleged new church that they've
Well,
been
and-
building since 2003.
Well, the church is built. I guess the area was still fenced off, but I guess like you say, they dropped the ball somewhere, and the city was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
we need this resolved ASAP, or we're gonna
Yeah.
take it. You're gonna take the land and everything on it." But the building is built. It's but the land is still fenced off.
Okay.
So that means there's something that's still incomplete.
Oh, there's a lot of some things. That money is going somewhere else. Oh, and I'm just going to say this. While
ahead.
you're getting all of this money out of your parishioners, you have a net worth, and I'm going to say it since you have them announcing how much they can give, you have a net worth of $5 million? I don't want to say 500 million. I think $5 million. So you're a flippin' millionaire doing the Lord's work. But you want to scold someone who couldn't give, more than $1,200. I don't care if you say she's in the wrong line. She gave all she had, and quite frankly, that was more than enough. So, yeah, this was ugly, especially on the heels of the Marvin Sapp story, who had the ushers to close the doors while he's trying to raise 40,000, was it 40,000 or 40 million? Maybe.
So $5 million is correct.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know that's definitely been making the rounds. Oh, yes. You don't think we're going to look up your net worth while you're getting all of this money out of your parishioners? Yeah. Yeah, that is a thing. Now, there's other mega churches who's making way more in the 100 millions. Joel Sting, Creflo Dollar.
Okay. All right.
Okay, but yeah. Yeah, so.
All right. Let's move on. Saturday, no King's Day, nationwide protest.
Well, let me just start by saying we're not going to get too deep into this. We are not a political podcast, but this does garner mentioning because it was just so huge and, let's just say, history in the making.
Yeah, they said that over 5 million people attended.
7 million.
7 million?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's about 7 million people, you could say.
All over the country.
All over the country and in other countries as well.
Right.
It shows their support. This turnout was bigger than George Floyd's situation during the pandemic.
Oh, yes.
But
so basically, it's to say that, hey, this is America. We are a democracy. We are not a monarchy. We have no kings, no tyrants, no dictators. That's not what America is. And like I said, not going to go too deep. We're going to leave it there. But it was definitely historical. It was something to witness.
Yeah, when we saw, because we we watched the pictures and the videos and the and all the news coverage too. Yeah, but all the news outlets covered it, and as well. I mean, it was. When you saw the people, I mean, it was like you were looking at streets, and it was just like nothing but people. There was no road, no cars. I mean, it was just like from one curb to the other, or you could say from one building to the cross street to the next building was a sea of people, and it was just
cities
to see
all across the country.
Went from the East Coast to the West Coast, and unfortunately, like I said, we're not gonna really get into it, but the people were out there peacefully partying. You know what I'm saying? Music playing, booty shaking, and it was all looking good, but they did have some curfew people trying to enforce a curfew and telling the people to go home and all that kind of stuff. So it got a little ugly.
It was a little bit more than that, but basically we, due to people that were live streaming, in LA and Portland, by nighttime it was starting to get, but yeah, like I said, it was historical, and more of this, please. More.
Yes,
unity,
America is standing up and taking notice to what's going on, and unfortunately, like I say, I think we're just going to end it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, we got this is one of the something that's really positive that's happening. The Reading Rainbow is back, and so that used to be done by LeVar Burton.
I remember it well as a kid.
As a kid, he
Dope
did
theme
26.
song.
He did 26 years on PBS.
Wow, I didn't realize it was
yeah,
that long.
This show got 250 awards, including 26 Emmys and a Peabody.
Yes.
It spurred the love of reading for generations of kids. So the new host is a librarian evangelist.
Michael the librarian.
Michael Threet is his name, and he was an librarian in Solon County, California. He has tattoos include PBS cartoons, aardvark, Arthur Reading library cards. He is now going to be the new host of the Reading Rainbow, and we send our congratulations out to him.
And a lot of people are here for it.
Yes,
so, yes.
Apparently he's made a impact in his neighborhood, and they're showing very good support as to him becoming the new host of the show.
And we need more of this. Bring back the letter people. These kids don't know phonics. They don't know. Like, come on, bring back the classics.
A-B-C-D, follow me. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Oh, there will never be another Fred Rogers.
Would you be mine? Would you be my neighbor? All right.
Yes,
all
more
right.
of that, please.
All right. Okay, now here is our Black Excellent moment. Okay. All right. So let me get set up here. I'm going to do this a little differently here. As you know, the person I'm speaking of, her name is Debbie Allen. And she has been, I want to say, a staple in my life. I don't know when you first encountered Debbie Allen, but she was on a television series called Fame, and it started in 1982 and went to 1987. Where those were that was right around my little preteens until technically I was an adult. I was an adult when the show ended.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it. I was little.
But I watched her interview on The Breakfast Club this morning, and she went through
I saw some of that.
Yeah, she went through where she worked with Richard Pryor. Of course, Michael Jordan. She worked with Kobe Bryant. And she had stories. I don't even know if she's written a book, but she had stories. So she's now she is doing a lot of things with the HBCU. She's still helping keep them afloat and whatnot. And she has schools where she's still teaching dancing and everything.
Yeah, she has a dance school.
Yeah, she has a dance school. And
that Shonda Rhimes and Kobe Bryant were a big part of making it happen.
Right. She said it was Shonda Rhimes, Kobe Bryant, Barry Gordy, and one other person. Tragically, all of them are deceased with the exception of one.
No.
Shonda Rhimes is the only one alive out of the three. I mean, is Barry Gordy still alive?
I think so. That's what I'm like. Don't
okay,
do that.
Well, my bad. I apologize.
Don't do that.
I apologize, but I know Kobe Bryant is going on R&B, and then there was one other that was involved. I apologize. I don't have it. I didn't remember what his name was, but I'm not really good with names.
Yeah, so we're not gonna do that.
But like I say, they're basically a big instrument in her life and in what she does, and she's even shared stories how when she did Fame, she was basically flying by the seat of her pants, but she did have a film producer who worked for like MGM and everybody. And he actually, after she got Fame going, and how she organized the productions and the TV shows and everything, and production, movie, dancing, and the extra storylines of the movie. When he took her to MGMs and where she could see all the greats that did before her, he showed her how they organized everything, just like she was organizing everything, and it was is the same as them before her, but she had no teachings and no one to mentor her when she took on the role of Fame. But since then, she's moved on. Now she is an executive producer on Shonda Rhimes' show. What's the name of that show? I forgot the name of the doggone show. Grey's Anatomy. So she is an executive producer on the show Grey's Anatomy. Shonda Rhimes brought her on to, even though she's mainly in dance, she was brought on to
Words, man, words.
Reinvigorate
Sure.
the characters and give them new life and energy in the show. And she also has brought Felicia Rashad on as a co-producer on the show as well. So the two sisters are working together.
Right.
She's went through several TV shows. She's worked with several artists, including Paula Abdul, the Los Angeles Lakers dancer. She was an instructor and all that stuff. But the reason why we're bringing her, like I say, her career spans back to the 1970s until present. And she's, even as a little girl, she knew this is what she wanted to do in her life. So now she is being awarded by Mattel her very own Barbie doll.
I am here for that.
Yes, the doll's in the mail. Again, we would like to honor her in our Black's Excellence.
Words, man. Words.
Hey, it's late now. The words are going out the door. Okay, so we want to award her as in our Black Excellence category. Again, Miss Debbie Allen, being immortalized as Barbie doll in a tribute to her trailblazing legacy.
All
right. All right, back to the stories. All right. Let's see what's next here. Food. We're going into the food section.
All right.
So what we got on the food news?
Okay, there's not too much this week, but let's see. McDonald's has a couple of things. They are coming out with the Chips Ahoy Frappe.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Next.
So, as it was pointed out, they need to do a McFlurry because you have all the ingredients. So just make that happen as well. But anyways, so far it's just the frappe. They also basically have a new sauce, which is Buffalo Ranch. So you're going to be able to try that with your nuggets, your wraps, your chicken sandwiches, things of that nature. So I don't look forward to that because I'm not a ranch girly, but if I was, I think it might be good because Buffalo. Just like Popeyes has the blackened ranch that a lot of people love. And let's see, speaking of Popeyes, well, we know it's almost the holidays. So the Cajun turkey is back. You can purchase either in-store or online, but I will put out this PSA. It costs almost twice as much to get it online. I don't know why that is, but yeah, getting it in the stores, I don't remember exactly, but it's basically like 50 something.
Yeah. So how that works is you go to your local Popeyes and you let them know that you want the Cajun turkey, and they'll put you on a list too. And then whenever they're ready, you just go and pick it up. If you do it online, it will be delivered, and I think that's why they're coming in with the additional cost.
Because it costs basically like, I want to say like $99 if you get it online. But yeah, so that's back this time of year. What else do we have? Oh, sheesh. those are the two main things
Okay.
this week. But and we don't have a taste test this week.
Yeah, no taste.
There is another thing. Waffle House is coming out with this what they call a cinnamon crunch waffle. So
Oh my God. So are they putting cinnamon crunch
no,
cereal on the
no,
waffle?
no. And it might just be cinnamon sugar. I don't know. I saw it basically, and they had a dollop of whipped cream on top, so it could be good. It could be anticlimactic, but that is a thing. Coming to a Waffle House near you. And yeah, so that's what we have this week.
All right. Now, we do have another PSA.
Mm-hmm.
Aldi is releasing a cheaper Thanksgiving meal deal this year. So basically, Aldi's is offering a Thanksgiving meal for $40.
Right.
Now, here's the catch. This meal deal is going through December 24th
For Aldi.
for Aldi.
Okay.
Okay. It will go from the deal starts on October 15th. They have 21 products, including a 14-pound turkey
Mm-hmm.
and a slew of ingredients needed to make the side dishes.
Right.
In other words, you're able to go in, and it is a promotional deal, so you'll be able to go in there and take advantage of this deal. But of course, you will have to cook all the food.
Right.
Apparently, Target, Walmart, and Kroger's are also doing the same type of promotion.
Initially, we just heard that Walmart was also going to do it, but I guess the other stores got on
board.
right.
So like I said, Aldi's is going from October 15th until Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe the rest of them do have different dates. I am gonna see if I can give them real quick, but I know Walmart's is just for Thanksgiving. I don't have an update for Target or Kroger's, which
Yeah. I
you
think
can
they
in our
just-
area. You can do Kroger's too, because Kroger's do deliver in our area. So you probably just have to go to their website and see what they're actually
Although
offering.
be careful of that, because we don't know what additional costs are involved in that, since we don't necessarily have a Kroger brick and mortar here. So yeah, I
Yes,
don't
it
know
will
how
be
that
it will
works.
be delivered as well. So now what they got here is that Target's meal is. Hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah, nobody's calling
Amazon
it Target.
joins the fray too. Amazon's is $30.
All right.
Target is $20.
Sure.
I didn't know Amazon was in on this too, but they do have local stores here in the Jacksonville area. I don't know who
Yeah.
this person is. Somebody's doing $45, feeding a family of 10.
Okay.
I don't. It's Lidl, Lidl. I don't know who
have
that
no
is.
clue.
So I guess there'll be other people. Now Kroger's is $50, under $50.
Okay.
Also to feed 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
Their offerings.
Mm-hmm.
Theirs include a 17-pound turkey.
All right.
They, like I say, each one has a list of ingredients. From what I've heard, Walmart, you can change out from whatever their offering is. You can swap out stuff. Also, Save-A-Lot is joining the party as well for
wow.
$30. Feed a family of 8. So
Okay.
there's Sam's Club is doing it as well.
All right.
But Sam's is under $100.
okay.
Okay, so
That makes sense, because you're getting your stuff
yeah, if you
in
go to
bulk.
Sam, yeah, right, exactly.
Mm.
Let me see if there's anyone else real quick. But like I say, that like everybody's coming out with to help out basically with this economy now, and that
Yeah.
since the food stamps have been cut off, so yeah, these shout out to all the grocery stores for stepping up and helping out during these times.
Yeah.
And I pray that everyone takes advantage of at least one of these, because, like I say, if you do it for Thanksgiving, they'll maybe have something left over for Christmas, or vice versa. Do one now and do Audis later on, in Christmas. So that you do have choices and options.
Right.
All right, for that's our PSA, because like Thanksgiving is just around the corner.
Right.
All right. Next is we're leaving the food section and we will be going into movies and TVs. All right. So we'll start off with the most recent Warner Brothers Discovery's putting itself up for sale. Okay, for those of you not following, they got a bid from Paramount, I think a week or so ago, and they turned it down, saying, and apparently the Paramount's made 3 offers, and one was $20, and another one came in at $24, and I think the third option was somewhere in between, but Paramount turned them down, and then they recently stated that now the whole shebang is up for sale. You can buy the whole Warner Brothers Discovery together, or if you want to just buy Warner Brothers, if you just want to buy Warner WB Games, or if you just want to buy the TV portion or the movie portion of the company, you have the rights to do so. But they're taking all offers on if they want it all in one, or if you want to break it up and buy it in parts.
All right.
So that's something to look out for. One of the places that has also put in the bid is Netflix, and people are not here for that because Netflix doesn't follow the movie or theater model. So but Netflix doesn't want the TV business either. So there's that. But they probably are interested in the gaming and the movies portion. But they're saying that might be bad because Netflix kind of keeps everything in-house.
Right.
All right. Next, speaking of Warner Brothers, HBO Max raises its prices or subscription service by $1 effective immediately. So in your next bill, it will be increased by $1. Whether it be monthly or yearly. And yearly will be, of course, $12.
Yes.
Oh, you got to give the right information. All right. Yeah, and it could be up to at least $23 for just HBO Max. So, God, wow.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
We don't really watch too much on there, do we?
That's where my Godzilla is. That's where all the Supermans and Batmans and all that stuff is at. Also, they own the DC Comics, so all that's on there as well. So yeah, but we definitely gonna have to start churning. But right now we're okay.
All right.
But yeah, they keep raising these prices, and we're gonna be dropping down to some lower tiers. Right now, although I did hate the commercials, I guess I'm kind of love to hate them.
All right.
All right. Next on the docket, Wicked for Good. Okay, for those that don't know, there is a movie out that was Wicked. Well, actually, it started out as a stage play, but then they released the movie the first part of this year.
Was it this year or last year?
I want to say it was the first of this year.
Okay.
The second movies is going to come out here shortly. I'll give you a date on it in a second. But yeah, the second movies. But anyway, they have casted their Cowardly Lion, which kind of, if the movie's getting ready to come out, I'm trying to figure out why are they announcing the casting of him.
I think it's getting ready to come out like soon.
Yeah, well, I believe it is coming out here soon. But anyway, they're getting ready to cast Coleman Domingo has been cast as the voice of the Cowardly Lion in Wicked for Good. Now, basically, the animals in the movie are CGI, so that gives a little bit context on that, why they're they're having, but some are a little upset with it. They think that an actual voice actor should get that position, but
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
but he's been. I mean, it's no harm in adding star power to a character, but you do have professional actors out there that.
You mean professional voice actors?
Professional voice actors
Yeah,
out there
'cause he is
that
a actor.
especially if they're not going to be on camera or whatever,
Right.
to where they could be. Yeah, it says it's going to be released. Actually, it doesn't give me a release date, but it is going to be this year,
I don't think so.
November 21st. November 21st
Of this year.
of this year, 2025.
We'll see.
It's all okay. I'm not gonna argue with you. You ain't even gonna go see it.
No, I'm not. Not my
I
bad.
love your argument over it. You know, your stance. You're not even gonna watch the movie. You ain't even
No.
watched the first movie.
Sure didn't.
And I gave it a raving review,
You
even though
did.
it was mixed. And unless they change the outcome of the second movie, yeah. When I give my spoiler review, it's gonna be hell.
All right.
I'm team. Look at me. I can't even talk.
Words.
What's her name? The witch. Anyway, I'm team
Elphaba.
Elphaba. But what's the actor name?
Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, I'm her team. I'm on her team.
Huh. For someone who watched it, asking the person who didn't watch it all the deets.
Hey, because you don't
Look at
forget
that.
nothing. I know you got a memory like an elephant. Come on now. Sheesh.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
Hey, in my book, you my ride or die, and you keep me straight. So, okay, there you go.
All right.
All right. Next here, this is going to be real juicy. So, Jim Carrey,
Mm-hmm.
he's to star, allegedly, in the new Jetsons film.
Well, it hasn't been quite confirmed yet, but
Yeah.
that is in talks.
Right.
So they're doing a live action Jetsons film, which I am here for.
I'm here for it, too. And a lot of people are capping for Danny DeVito to play Spacely.
Which, again, I'm here for. But, again, we don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah. This movie's been, it's had failed adaptations since 1990. And here it is 25 years later. And actually more than 25 years later. But they're saying that it never really got off the ground. They did actually do a film, I think, back in 1990, but however, it bombed.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it bombed. That's why you probably don't know about it.
But yeah, if they get Jim Carrey, that would be awesome.
So yeah. And this is hearsay, but they're talking about, someone mentioned about rebooting Freddy Krueger. And they said that Jim Carrey would make a excellent Freddy Krueger because of his, not only with it, because they're saying that the reason why the reboot failed was because the actor didn't have the same chops as Robert Englund. Robert Englund, okay. But they figured that Jim Carrey could pull off Freddy Krueger perfectly because he has all these facial. Not only does he have that type of humor that Robert Englund had, but they feel that he would also have the facial expressions that made Freddy Krueger what it was, especially in his humor in the horror movies. So they figure they would love to have Jim Carrey to step into that role.
I'm going to say I think he could pull it off, but I won't be having any parts of that. I won't be doing that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay.
But, I mean, Freddy terrified me as a kid. That was the one movie that really, I couldn't. And I got older and realized, okay, he's kind of funny, but still, I won't be doing that.
Yeah, really, the first one is the one that they really went in for the horror. Everything after that went in for the jokes.
Well, basically after the third one, it kind of like got kind of silly.
Yeah, same way with Jason. Jason stayed serious, but it just the storylines just kind of. I mean, hell, we got Jason in space, so I mean that just let you know how it went kind of wonky.
And don't forget Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, Freddy versus Jason. What was it? Freddy takes Jason to hell or something like that. But yeah. So
anyway.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they're coming back. Apparently, all the disputes are done, and with Blumhouse trying basically in horror. So we're gonna see those two franchises are just a matter of time before they pop up again. All right, let's move on to the next movie related news. I Play Rocky. Okay, so basically, I Play Rocky is a forthcoming film about the making of the 1976 Rocky. Directed by Peter Farrelly, the Amazon MGM studio project is currently in production and sees Hippolyte portraying Stallone. And if you see this guy, he looks like a young Sylvester Stallone.
All right.
I mean, perfectly. And then they had a kid to play. What's the man? The man that died. I apologize. Oh God, my names of people.
Are you thinking of Apollo Creed?
Apollo Creed, yeah. They got a young dude to play Apollo Creed, and he looks kind of like him as well. So it looks pretty good. And then they also do have a movie that's currently out. You have to track it down, but there is another movie about the making of Rocky.
I don't think so.
Yes, there is. Matter of fact, I went over this with you. The movie is already where you can watch it. It's a documentary.
Okay.
I got it right here. No, do you attend the meeting with me? I thought it was just not just me in the meeting. Let's see here. Here we go. It's called. It's about the same thing. The Making of Rocky biopic.
Okay.
Yeah. First look at a young Sylvester Stallone. Okay. And basically that story tells, it's already telling what he went through to get the actual film made.
Right. Which is what the upcoming movie is supposed to be about as well.
Right. So, and yeah, I play, the Rocky biopic is the name of the whatever it is, the one that's already out, the documentary.
Okay.
But I Play Rocky is an actual film, so it'll show him as a young Rocky, not only preparing to do the role, but it'll show what he went through.
Oh yeah.
As far as being writing the story.
Let's just say it's a really interesting backstory.
Yeah, actually, this movie is based on him watching Muhammad Ali boxing. That was the inspiration. That was the inspiration. He was watching a Muhammad Ali fight, and Muhammad Ali was supposed to win this fight easily, but the person that he was fighting
went the distance.
The fight went the distance, and in the 11th round, he did knock Ali down. And so basically, the first Rocky movie was a reimagining of that fight. But like I say, we're going to look forward to when it comes out, to checking it out. And then Sinners, if you like Sinners is returning to IMAX on October 30th to November 5th.
So it's coming back for Halloween.
Yeah, so basically
that's
about it. And in addition to Sinners returning to the theater, we do have Twilight Saga. The Twilight Saga will be returning to theaters starting October 29th.
Okay.
So on the October 29th, they will release Twilight. On October 30th will be New Moon.
Mm-hmm.
The 31st will be Eclipse. November 1st will be Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Part 2. Now, I want to know who's going to sit through Part 1 and Part 2. That's back to back. That's about 4 hours.
Right. You know who? The same people who will sit through Kill Bill 1 and 2 back to back, because that's supposed to happen soon as well.
Yeah, that's what happens soon too. Also, since we talked about Rocky, on November 5th, Rocky 4, Rocky versus Drago, the Ultimate Director Cut, also returns to the movies. And that will be that movie's only an hour and 33 minutes. So I might check it out and see what the difference is in them.
All right.
There's not too much more coming out. I do have one here that's coming out on November 7th that I think everybody should check out. Predator Badlands. It's going to be awesome. I got some information on that, so when we go to review that movie, I got a little backstory from the actual director of the movie. So I got some tea on that as far as what went into all the Predator movies and their weapons.
All right.
So, all right. Now, let's get into how we unwind this week.
Okay.
We'll start with you. What did you do to unwind this week?
Not much at all.
Not much at all?
No.
What did you relax?
Just chill.
The chill wheel meal. All right. All right. Well, what I did is I went to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's been a long time, but yes, I've returned to the movies. And although I've stayed away from the horror flicks, I did go see a horror flick.
Yeah.
Black Phones 2. And let me tell you, this movie was awesome. I had my reservations as to going to see it, but the movie was awesome.
I saw part 1 with you, but I'm so glad I didn't see this one.
Yeah, as I was because I always tell her spoiler review of the movie. And this movie, let's just say they tied up some they tied up some, I can't say the word.
Loose.
They tied up some loose ends.
Words, man, words.
They tied up some loose ends, definitely, with this movie. It did go off. You had to really pay attention to what was going on. But once they got to the end of the movie and once they confronted the villain, which his name is Wild Bill, it made sense. They took stuff from everywhere. I want to say at one point you're thinking you're watching the Power Rangers. And of course, no Zoids or anything, but you're watching the Power Rangers fighting this bad guy.
Sure.
Literally. But
you would say that.
That's what it was, because it was the original kid, which is Mason. That's his real name. I could figure what his name was in the movie. But anyway, the original kid from movie 1 is in there. His sister from the first movie is the main character of this movie. And then there's 3 kids that went missing from when their mom was alive. And so now the guy, Mason, basically he was in the real world. Okay. The sister.
Okay.
I'm trying to this is the Power Ranger part. So let me say this part. No spoiler, but I'm just gonna let me set it up. So Mason was in the real world. The sister was in the dream world. That's why they're also comparing this movie to Freddy Krueger 2. Was in the dream world. The 3 boys that were missing were also in the dream world, helping the sister. Now it's real twisted, so I can't. I can without
No.
spoiling it. I can't explain it, but I'm just gonna say the three boys in the real world, even though they were unalived, was helping the brother, the character of the first movie. So let's just say they were in the dream world. They work together with the girl, and in the real world, they work together. And it's real weird how to explain. But let's just say it was five of them joining together in two different planes to defeat the bad guy.
Alrighty then.
So, without spoilers, that's all I can say. So that's how I unwind. So I watched the movie. Oh, and the soundtrack is awesome. They play is it Pink Floyd? Brick Out the Wall or whatever it's called. I know I butchered it to that. Oh, good Lord.
Probably.
It's I think it's Pink Floyd. Oh, now you're not in my history. Anyway, it was pretty cool. It reminded me of Lost Boys.
Okay.
When the song started, because they played like the long acapella version, and then it picked up into the music, so it was pretty cool. And it was during a snowstorm and a blizzard.
Okay.
But that's how I unwind this week. So without further ado, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nikki.
Until next time, keep unwinding.